Am I the only one that didn't know this video was made by Chatgpt, Austria, land of Lederhosen, and wait, there's more, Austria. You say the name, you think Lederhosen, right? Mountains, Mozart, maybe even a bit of the Sound of Music, but there's so much more to this incredible country than just the cliches. Maybe a little yodeling thrown in for good measure. It's like the soundtrack of the Alps, echoing through the valleys. And hey, you're not wrong. Traditional music is a big part of the culture here, and it's something that brings people together, whether they're locals or visitors. But Austria, it's like that friend who's super into classical music, but also crushes it at karaoke night. Imagine attending a world-class concert in Vienna, and then heading to a local pub for some impromptu singing. Yeah, you've got your sweeping alpine vistas, the kind that make you want to take a deep breath and just soak it all in. The natural beauty here is simply breathtaking. Your castles straight out of fairy tales. These historic structures are scattered throughout the country, each with its own unique story and charm. But then, bam! Vienna hits you with world-class museums, mind-blowing pastries, and a cafe culture that's second to none. Imagine sipping on a rich coffee while indulging in a slice of sacerdote, and enough history to make your head spin faster than a waltz. From the Habsburg dynasty to modern-day marvels, Vienna is a city that wears its history proudly. Speaking of waltzing, ever tried it after a few glasses of Gruner Veltliner? This local wine is a must-try, and it pairs perfectly with the lively dance floors you'll find all over the country. Trust me, it's an experience. The laughter, the music, the camaraderie, it's all part of what makes Austria so special. And that, my friends, is what Austria's all about. High culture, good times, and a healthy dose of how did I end up doing the chicken dance with a guy in Lederhosen. So, buckle up. Festivals here are a blend of tradition and fun, where everyone is welcome to join in the merriment. We're about to dive into the wonderful, wacky world of Austria. From quirky festivals to serene landscapes, there's something for everyone. Hold on to your strudels, folks, it's going to be a wild ride. Whether you're here for the food, the music, or the stunning scenery, Austria promises an adventure you'll never forget. So let's get started and explore all the amazing things this country has to offer.
Let's talk history. Now, I know history can be about as exciting as watching paint dry on a Tuesday. But stick with me, because Austrian history is anything but dull. But Austrian history? It's like Game of Thrones, but with better pastries. Imagine a world where every twist and turn is accompanied by a delicious strudel or a mouth-watering sacerdote. You've got your emperors and empresses, your sprawling empires, your epic battles. Picture grandiose balls, political intrigue, and alliances that could change the fate of nations. And then there's the Habsburgs. Oh, the Habsburgs. This family ruled for centuries, and their influence stretched far and wide. This family was so inbred, they make the Targaryens look like a model of genetic diversity. Their family tree is more like a family wreath. Seriously, look it up, their chins were legendary. The Habsburg jaw is a real thing, and it's a fascinating, if somewhat tragic, example of the perils of keeping it all in the family. But hey, they did give us some pretty awesome palaces. These architectural marvels are a testament to their wealth and power. Like Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna. It's got over 1,400 rooms. Each room is a masterpiece of design and opulence. Imagine trying to find a working toilet in that place. You practically need a GPS. And don't even get me started on the secret passages and hidden doors. And let's not forget about Mozart, the prodigy who composed his first symphony at the age of 8. The guy was a musical genius, composing masterpieces before most kids can tie their shoes. His music continues to inspire and captivate audiences around the world. Of course, he was born in Salzburg, which Austrians will never let you forget. The city is practically a shrine to his legacy. They're prouder of Mozart than a dachshund with a freshly groomed Wiener dog. And trust me, that's saying something. Austrians love their dachshunds almost as much as they love their music. And let's not overlook the natural beauty of Austria. The Austrian Alps are a paradise for outdoor enthusiasts, offering some of the best skiing and snowboarding in the world. The culture here is rich and vibrant, with traditions that have been passed down through generations. From folk dances to festivals, there's always something to celebrate. And then there are the coffee houses. Vienna's coffee culture is legendary, with historic cafes that have been the meeting places for artists, writers and thinkers for centuries. Don't forget the wine. Austria's vineyards produce some of the finest wines in Europe, and a visit to a local winery is a must for any connoisseur. Whether you're exploring the countryside, indulging in the local cuisine, or immersing yourself in the history and culture, Austria offers a wild ride that's anything but boring.
Speaking of Salzburg, this place is straight out of a postcard. Imagine waking up to the sight of the majestic Alps every morning. It's like living in a dream. Nestled amidst the Alps, it's got cobblestone streets, charming squares, and enough Mozart memorabilia to make your ears ring. Every corner you turn, there's a piece of history waiting to be discovered. They even have Mozart chocolates. Because why not? These little treats are a delightful homage to the musical genius, and they taste as good as they look. And then there's Vienna. Ah, Vienna. The city of music, art, and enough coffee houses to fuel a small country. Each cafe tells a story, a blend of history and culture in every cup. This is where you come to experience that classic Austrian charm. The architecture alone is a feast for the eyes, with its intricate designs and timeless beauty. Stroll through the grand palaces, marvel at the art museums, and then grab a slice of Sachertorte and pretend you're a Habsburg. The rich, chocolatey goodness of the Sachertorte is a must-try for any visitor. Just try not to marry any of your cousins, okay? It's all fun and games until someone brings up the family tree, but don't be fooled by all the elegance and sophistication. Austrians know how to have a good time too. The nightlife here is vibrant and full of energy, especially when it comes to festivals. These celebrations are a riot of colours, sounds and flavours, bringing the community together in joyous harmony. From the Vienna Opera Ball to the wild and wacky Krampus runs, where people dress up like demonic creatures and chase away evil spirits, or at least try to scare the bejesus out of tourists, there's never a dull moment. Austria knows how to throw a party. Whether it's a grand ball or a quirky local festival, the spirit of celebration is infectious. The music, the dance, the laughter, it's all part of the Austrian experience. And let's not forget the serene countryside. The rolling hills, the lush meadows, and the crystal-clear lakes offer a perfect escape from the hustle and bustle of city life. Hiking trails abound, inviting you to explore the natural beauty of this enchanting land. And oh, the food! Traditional Austrian cuisine is a treat for the taste buds. From hearty sausages to delicate pastries, every meal is a celebration of flavours. Enjoying a meal in a rustic setting, surrounded by the warmth of Austrian hospitality, is an experience in itself. Historical landmarks are scattered throughout the country, each with its own story to tell. Whether you're a history buff or just a curious traveller, there's always something new to discover. The rich tapestry of Austria's past is woven into every stone and street. For the adventure seekers, Austria offers a plethora of outdoor activities. Skiing and snowboarding in the Alps are a must for any winter sports enthusiast. The thrill of the slopes, combined with the breathtaking scenery, makes for an unforgettable experience. After a day of exploration and adventure, there's nothing quite like unwinding in a cosy Austrian inn. The crackling fireplace, the comfortable ambience, and the friendly faces make you feel right at home. As the sun sets over the Austrian Alps, casting a golden glow over the landscape, you can't help but feel a sense of peace and contentment. The beauty of Austria is not just in its sights, but in the moments it creates. Moments that stay with you long after you've left.
Section 4. Austrian adventures, yodeling, strudels, and Schnitzel shenanigans. Now, let's talk about the important stuff, the food. Austrian cuisine is a delicious mix of hearty comfort food and delicate pastries. Think schnitzel the size of your head, dumplings that could soak up an ocean, and enough apple strudel to satisfy your sweet tooth for a year. And yes, there's beer, lots of it. From crisp lagers to rich malty brews, Austria takes its beer seriously. And by seriously, I mean they'll happily drink it for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Don't judge until you've tried a Weissbier with your morning pretzel. But no trip to Austria is complete without experiencing the culture. And by culture, I mean learning how to yodel. Trust me, it's harder than it looks. I once tried it after one too many schnitzels, and let's just say it didn't end well. Let's move on, shall we?
Section 5. Skiing, Schwarzenegger and sporting surprises. Austria, land of mountains, music and muscle men? Yep, you heard me right. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator himself, hails from the land of Mozart and Strudel. Who knew, right? Maybe there's something in the water, or maybe it's all that Schnitzel. But Arnie's not the only Austrian making waves in the sports world. Austria is a winter sports paradise. Skiing, snowboarding, you name it, they excel at it. They even have a thing called alpine skiing, which is basically just regular skiing, but on mountains. Because why make things easy, right? And if hurtling down a mountain at breakneck speeds isn't your thing, there's always football, or soccer, as we like to call it in the States. Austria might not be a powerhouse on the world stage, but they sure know how to get passionate about their team. Just don't mention the 2008 European Championship. It's still a sore subject.
Section 6. Don't be a schnitzelhead, get to Austria. So there you have it. Austria in a nutshell, a land of stunning beauty, rich history, delicious food, and a healthy dose of quirky charm. It's a place where you can ski down a mountain in the morning, listen to Mozart in the afternoon, and find yourself doing the chicken dance with a bunch of Lederhosen-clad locals by nightfall. What are you waiting for? Book that ticket, pack your bags, and get ready for the adventure of a lifetime. Just don't forget to pack your sense of humour. You're gonna need it.